Okay, so you want to be the world's most famous billionaire. Picture it. Your name on towers in a dozen countries, a jet with your initials on the tail, a family office cutting deals on 3 continents at once. That's the image. Here's what the actual balance sheet looks like. Forbes puts Trump's 2026 net worth at roughly $6.5 billion, up about $1.4 billion in a single year. That sounds like a real estate story. It isn't, not anymore. Break down where that jump actually came from, and the picture flips. Crypto ventures added an estimated $1.8 billion. A New York court throwing out a civil fraud judgment erased another $500 million he would have owed. The licensing business, putting the Trump name on buildings he doesn't own, jumped roughly $400 million, mostly because foreign developers wanted to be in business with a sitting American president. Real estate, the thing that built the name in the first place, is now a supporting actor. Let's talk about the licensing model first, because it's the cleanest part of the machine. Trump doesn't own most Trump buildings. He never has, really, not since the 1990s debt crisis forced a rebuild of the whole business. Instead, developers in Dubai, Jeddah, or Riyadh pay to put his name on a tower they finance, build, and own. He collects a fee for the brand and for some management oversight. No construction risk, no debt, no vacancy risk. Just a name, a reputation, and a check. It's the same model Marriott uses on the Ritz-Carlton, except there's only one Trump, and there will only ever be one. Then there's the crypto layer, which is newer and far bigger than most people realize. World Liberty Financial, the family's crypto venture launched in 2024, has generated an estimated $550 million just from token sales in the past year. On top of a remaining ownership stake, Forbes values around $240 million. A meme coin launched right before he took office is worth a fraction of its debut price, but Forbes still counts it as hundreds of millions in paper wealth. None of this behaves like rental income. It behaves like a chip stack. It can double in a headline cycle and evaporate just as fast. Now, the part that actually looks like a normal company, Truth Social, trading as DJT. And this is where the story gets uncomfortable. The company reported a net loss of roughly $712 million in 2025 on revenue of just $3.7 million. Read those two numbers again. A business losing hundreds of millions to generate under $4 million in sales. Its value isn't coming from ad sales or subscriptions. It's coming from the stock price itself, and from the fact that Trump personally holds a large share count that's worth whatever the market decides to pay for a piece of his name and brand, regardless of the underlying business. That's the real structural insight here. A traditional hotel or office tower is worth what it earns. Trump's fortune increasingly isn't. Its biggest recent gains came from a legal ruling, a token sale, and licensing fees tied directly to holding political office, not from operating a business better than a competitor down the street, which is also the risk. Legal rulings can go the other way on appeal. Token prices can collapse in a weekend. Licensing deals dry up the moment the political leverage that attracted them disappears. Liquid assets, the part he could actually spend tomorrow, sit at around $1.1 billion, a small slice of the $8.4 billion in total assets Forbes counts against roughly $1.1 billion in liabilities. So when people picture Trump's fortune, they picture towers and golf courses. The real machine, in 2026, runs mostly on something else entirely. A name valuable enough to license, a political moment volatile enough to move markets, and a stock market willing to pay real money for a company that barely sells anything at all.